Amend2 offers several different size magazines for a variety of firearms. I'll be speaking specifically about their Gen 2 AR-15 30-round magazines and their 34-round Glock stick mags in this video. They also offer magazines for Glock 17s, 19, 20, and 23, with more in the works. Amend2 was founded in 2013 in Idaho and proudly produces 100% of its products in the USA. They source most of their materials primarily within Idaho and Utah, which is awesome, especially when you consider the price for their mags. $15 for the 30-round AR mag and $22 for their 34-round Glock mag as of early 2021. For those prices, you get 100% impact-resistant polymer construction for increased strength and, allegedly, the best heavy-duty, non-memory, non-corrosive spring that money can buy. I'm not really a spring expert to fully be able to say if all that is really legit, but what I can say for sure is that I've had exactly 0 malfunctions with any Amend2 magazine I've ever used. That goes for both their AR mags and their Glock mags. I'm not in the business of hyping up or promoting businesses or products that I don't personally trust, especially when it comes to gear that may be used in combat. As far as polymer magazines go, the leader in the industry is Magpul by far. They first introduced their Gen 1 polymer P-Mag back in 2007 and have rapidly grown to be the only authorized magazine for the USMC. I personally and exclusively used P-Mags for the entirety of my 9 years of military service, including every state, national, and international shooting competition. Needless to say, I'm a big fan of Magpul products. Once I started looking into Amend2, I was pleasantly surprised to find several features built into their magazines that Magpul doesn't currently offer. The Amend2 AR Mag Follower features a 4-way anti-tilt design that is impregnated with lubricant during the molding process. So, it is 100% self-lubricating for the life of the magazine. The feed lips on the magazine are canted ever so slightly up in order to allow the rounds to feed more consistently into the chamber, which should significantly cut down on failure to feed malfunctions. Amend2 also offers customization options for their magazines. So if you have a special event or some other idea for customizing magazines, Amend2 is the only company that I'm aware of that offers this. Obviously, let me know in the comments if you know of other companies that offer custom magazines. I'm talking about the actual polymer of the magazines, not just throwing them into a laser engraver and calling it a day. Both sides are fully customizable with words as well as fairly intricate logos. For this customization, however, there are minimum order quantities, so don't get too excited unless you plan on ordering 1,500 or more magazines. As for the overall strength and durability of the polymer, I'll be doing a destructive stress test that will be featured in a separate video. From what I've seen from other reviewers and strength tests, Amend2 magazines seem to be very strong overall. But make sure to subscribe for my own destructive test video when it's ready. All of the magazines that I tested for this video loaded and fell free without any issues or binding to speak of. The AR lower that I used is just a generic lower, so nothing special or high speed about it. I only have 2 small complaints about the Gen 2 AR magazines. First, they do not have the necessary grooves at the back of the magazine to facilitate using speed loaders in conjunction with stripper clips. That's a big issue for military personnel, who are issued all of their ammo on 10-round stripper clips. Can you take the rounds out of the clips and hand jam them? Yeah, of course, absolutely. I've done it hundreds of times. It's not the end of the world by any means, but it is annoying when there are much faster and more efficient tools available for getting magazines topped off quickly. If you're getting all your ammo loose, you won't even notice the absence of these speed loader grooves. I work exclusively with military and police units for marksmanship training, so I noticed the missing grooves almost immediately. Again, not the end of the world, but going from using a Maglula speed loader and getting 6 magazines topped off in less than 2 minutes to being forced to hand jam every round was a bit of a downer. The second issue I found is more of a minor annoyance than anything, and that is the base plate and follower design. There is a giant number 2 on the base plate that keeps everything locked together with spring tension. The company is Amend2, and it's unique. Yeah, I get it. But if you like to number your magazines to easily keep track of what you've used and what you have left, having a 2 on every mag doesn't help much. Obviously, you can cover that with tape or stickers, which I've also done with other mags plenty of times. So again, it's really just something to note. Other than those 2 small complaints, all the Amend2 AR magazines I was testing functioned flawlessly across the board. I didn't have any malfunctions of any kind at any point during the filming for this video, or since using them in classes I was teaching. I also consulted with other instructors I work with, and all of them agreed that the Amend2 magazines work great and that they never have any issues with them. Moving on to the 34-round Glock magazine, this thing is just pure fun all around. Do you really need a 34-round magazine for a handgun? Honestly, that's a stupid question. Of course you do. Amend2 did a great job with this, and I've had a blast working with it over several hours and about $492,000 in 9mm ammo costs. Any ammo sponsors out there? Just like the AR magazine, I had zero issues with this mag, including feeding the gun and letting the magazine fall free for reloads. It does look pretty silly walking around with a holstered Glock and a giant stick mag sticking out the back, but it's one heck of a great time. One thing I will say though, if you don't have some kind of speed loader for Glock mags, you're not going to enjoy hand jamming this guy. I used my trusty Maglula Uplula and made short work of it, but you'll have to use some serious elbow grease to compress the spring when you're hand loading the last 10 or so rounds. One huge difference between Amend2 magazines and standard Glock mags is the fact that you don't need special tools or an insane amount of strength to get the base plates off. Just depress the big red 2 with anything you have laying around, and the base plate slides right off for easy cleaning and maintenance. Good luck doing that with the standard magazine. But seriously though, if you have a Glock 17 or 19, you should pick up at least one of these stick mags. They are stupid fun for less than $24, so you don't really have a good excuse not to get one. Unless you live across enemy lines, of course. In that case, I'm sorry for your recent boating accident. These magazines are currently illegal in the following states: California, New York, Connecticut, Illinois, Colorado, District of Columbia, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Vermont, and Hawaii. Obviously, this is all subject to change at any time, so please do not consider this legal advice of any kind. Make sure to check your local and state laws before you get yourself into trouble. Overall, I really like Amend2 magazines. I will keep you posted if anything changes, and remember to stay tuned for the destructive test results versus Magpul magazines. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I haven't been on Instagram lately, but if you're into that kind of thing, you can find some cool gun and gear related posts to check out. Make sure to subscribe so YouTube is forced to keep sharing these videos for all the other deplorables out there. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next video.